It's Saturday morning, which means it's time for another live broadcast from Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. And today, as you can see, I am at EPCOT, where the EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival 2021 is underway. Hey everyone, it's Herb from World of Walt, and welcome to EPCOT. It is a hot summer day here in Central Florida. Upper 80s right now, but it's going to get into mid 90s. But the heat index is going to feel like 106, so it's going to be a scorcher. Good thing we're here early in the day. Take in a little bit of the EPCOT entrance experience, the beautiful flowers, the flags, the new entryway. Really nice to see. Karen says sharing is caring, and that is true. Thank you to everyone who shares the broadcast. Great way to get the word out, and thank you for being here. Keith, good morning to you. Laura, good morning. Welcome to the broadcast. Phyllis has joined as well. Sharon, good morning to you. The new entrance music here at EPCOT is beautiful and inspirational. The whole entrance experience is looking great right now with the new pylons, the fountain, the flags. A great way to start your day. Debbie, good morning to you. And Monica from Georgia, hello. Linda has joined as well. So there's a little bit of a breeze, which helps with the warm temperatures, but it is the end of July, so whoa, hot and muggy. And I didn't tighten a little gizmo on my gimbal, so I just had a little whoops there. Sorry about that. Lorna, good morning to you in Seattle. And Kristen, hello. So EPCOT officially opens at 11, and it's just a little after 10:30, so fortunately, Disney has been letting people in early before the opening time, which is pretty normal. So we're going to go for a bit of a walk around, really called. And if we can get into the land, that might be the place we're going to go. Susan, good morning to you. Susan, you today are prompting the shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club, and you win the award, which is my appreciation. If you'd like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Sue from New York, hello to you and welcome to Walt Disney World. Hey Lisa. Tony from Nova Scotia, where she's having fall weather. We are not having fall weather here. We are having middle of summer dog hot weather. But hey, it's Florida and it's July. That is what we get. That is what we expect. Debbie says, looks great to see the monorail again. I completely agree with you. Another step of things going back to normal with the monorail restarted from EPCOT to the Ticket Transportation Center. There was a step backwards, though, because Walt Disney World once again requires masks at indoor locations in line with most recent government guidance and requests from the county. So, unfortunately, don't have to wear one outside, but I've got one ready for whenever I go inside. Kristen, hello to you. Welcome. Debbie says, loves EPCOT, 24 days to go. I'll be here before you know it. Hi, Amy from New York. Good morning to you. Carol has joined. And Barbara from Massachusetts. Hi, everybody. So good to see everyone here. Thank you so much for joining. As I like to say, it's because you're here, it's because you comment, because you share, that sometimes I get to do some special things with the nice folks at Disney Media Relations, and I'm thrilled to have received a save-the-date invitation for the 50th anniversary media event. It's going to be taking place the last couple of days of September and into early October, October 1st specifically, which is the big day. I can't wait to share it with you. So straight ahead, you can see some of the former Interventions construction taking place. The Creations shop is scheduled to open. I think we might actually be seeing the future quick service restaurant. But beyond that, there is more construction for the Creations shop and Club Cool. I've been having a hankering for some Beverly, so can't wait to see it. Beryl asked if I had to wear a mask going through the entrance. Beryl, great question, and the answer is no. So you don't have to have a mask when you're going through the entrance, either scanning your tickets or security. But you do have to wear a mask when you go to inside facilities. Barb, good morning to you in Minnesota. Wendy from Colorado. People from all over. Great to see you all. All right, we are heading through the construction maze that is the entrance to EPCOT. There's been a lot of construction walls up and buildings coming down. This summer, some of that momentum is going to start to switch into the other way with construction walls going up and new facilities, construction walls going down and new facilities opening up. Very much looking forward to that. So Disney has said summertime is when we're going to see the Creation Shop, the replacement to Mouse Gears, and also Club Cool. Looking forward to it. Susan, welcome to the broadcast. Patricia, hello. Got a couple weeks to go. Maureen from Massachusetts, 11 days. Wow, you're almost ready. Hope you got your suitcases out. Joanne, good morning to you. Says thanks for the videos. Sherry said, scorching surface of the sun kind of day. That's probably a more apt description. Yeah, I would not just call this a slightly elevated temperature. It's hot, but it's summer. It's hot. Aaron says, can't wait for the construction to be done. It has been a long-running project, that is for sure. So here's an interesting detail. Straight ahead, you can see 2 trash cans, which often are not a subject of live broadcast, but it is interesting in the sense that Disney has been changing the trash cans to match up with the color schemes for the new areas. So we are in the World Celebration area. Future World's getting split into 3 sections: World Celebration, World Nature, and World Discovery. So World Celebration is represented by this blue color, and the other 2 areas by different colors, I think red, and it might be green for nature if I remember right. So they're starting to work in some of the little details that Disney does so well to help you understand where you are, even if you're not really thinking about it consciously. All part of the overall reworking of EPCOT, major redesign of this park. Very interesting. Pauline is an EPCOT fan, has 12 days to go. Coming for the International Food and Wine Festival, which is running up till close to Christmas time, actually, when they switch over to Festival of the Holidays. John says BYOB, or bring your own Beverly. John knows about the World of Walt t-shirt shop, I think, where you can get your own Beverly-inspired t-shirt. Thank you, Topher, for the idea there. You can head over to worldofwaltstore.com and check it out. People have asked me about the status of another t-shirt, like where is it? And I keep asking my graphic artists, where is it? But I was in contact with them this week, and the latest design is still in process. So hang in there. I'm actually pretty excited about it. Just want to make sure that it comes out well, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. I will, of course, announce it here. And usually I can convince the nice folks at TeePublic, which is the provider, to help me put on a sale when we put a new design out there. So I'm hoping for next week, but that's not a promise, just because the whole process of kind of everything in life these days just seems to take longer than expected. Diane's going to be here in November. Karen says, World of Walt has great tips and more. Thank you for that. Hope everyone heads over to the website, worldofwalt.com. I publish articles, sometimes multiple articles a day. There was a lot going on this week in Disney news. Some of the big news includes the opening of the Yachtsman Steakhouse at the Yacht and Beach Club. Columbia Harbor House is coming back to serve food at Magic Kingdom. Toledo over at the Coronado. So lots of reopening, which is great. Tim Peterson says, we need a World of Walt pin. Tim, I have been thinking about some ideas in that vein, so stay tuned. I don't have anything sort of firmed up there. I actually have been working for many months on an idea in that territory, so hang on. Not ready to announce anything yet, and it's not imminent because it's sort of taking a while to get everything together. Okay, you can see Test Track, pretty popular. lots of people in the lines here. Verna has joined. Hey, Verna. Vicky is here as well. Wayne says, any idea when you can send packages back to the resort hotels? I have not heard about that. I suspect that there are a couple of issues with that one. One is probably staffing. Like so many businesses, Disney is still having to work pretty hard to get employees back since they released so many. The other is probably safety concerns about going into people's rooms, even though that does happen. Anne Marie is in the line for Frozen. Good for you. Today is a good day to get Frozen, for sure. Linda says, will Disney expand on capacity? So interesting question. Disney has not made any announcements recently about the park capacity. The last one that Bob Chapek talked about publicly was an increase to 35%, and that has been a while. And I think it's almost guaranteed that we are well beyond 35%, just because the crowds in the parks honestly feel kind of like pre-pandemic levels. Lots of folks coming in. but we just don't know what the percentage is. Okay, so my little trash can talk. That sounds sort of funny. But here you can see one in the red design. So red, I believe, represents World Discovery, which is this part of the park with Test Track, Mission Space. So blue represents World Celebration, which is the center. And then we have World Nature over on the other side with Imagination and the land. So love the little details. Lots of fun. Tony says, it looks like a busy day. It is a busy day. And honestly, the park really isn't even open yet. People were streaming in at 10:20 when I got here. It doesn't really open till 11, but it's often the case, not guaranteed, but often the case that Disney does start to operate attractions before the official opening time. So if you don't mind getting up early on your vacation, it is a great strategy to get in, beat some of the hot weather, and get on some things without as much of a wait. Alice from Kansas, hello to you, says thanks for sharing. Sandy is here, hello. Diane, good morning to you. Jim as well. So we're going to take the long way around, as I am wont to do. And we're going to see a little bit what's going on over in the World Showcase Lagoon with preparations for Harmonious. Disney continues to drip out a bit of information about the preparations for Harmonious, the new nighttime spectacular coming here to EPCOT, debuting when? Same day that everything else is happening, October 1st, the 50th anniversary date. So Disney actually released a video with some of the show designers and Imagineers. You can go over to worldofwalt.com and look for that video with more information about Harmonious. Very much looking forward to it. And here we have a sight for sore eyes. The EPCOT monorail going by. Beautiful sight. So glad to see that. One of these days I'm going to hop on that monorail so I can get some photos of construction that is hidden behind all the walls that we see all over. Well, it kind of looks like construction, but it's Disney construction, so to me, it's interesting. Dottie, hello to you. Carl says it looks hot. It is. It is for sure hot. Okay, so I'm hanging a left. This is an interesting update here. The EPCOT Experience Brew Wing. Wings and beer is what I think that means. Not sure if they're actually open, but I do think that the EPCOT Experience is open. So we're going to take a little stroll over there just because it is a really well done presentation. Fun to see and stop in for a few minutes in 360 before we go to World Showcase Lagoon and then probably over to the land. Sometimes the land is not so kind to the broadcaster because of the internet connection, but we may give it a whirl. Karen's a monorail fan, me too. Very happy to see it. Nancy, happy Saturday to you in New York. Petunia has joined. Debbie says, loves to see the monorail back, me too. Tim, hello, welcome. Angela says, time for the Pin of the Month Club. Angela, today you win the award for prompting the shameless plug, and that award is my appreciation. If you want to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. Susan's voting for the land. It's a good thing to do. Amanda, welcome to the broadcast. John says the EPCOT experience is great, and John, I agree with you. It is an amazing presentation about so many of the things that are changing here, get you excited about what's to come, and it's presented in a really interesting way. It's entertaining, it's in a unique format, so even if you don't want to sit through the entire presentation, which is maybe 10, 12 minutes, because there's a lot going on here, it's worth popping in just to see a few minutes worth. Stephen said he lost the audio. Stephen, I hope that everyone else is able to hear. If you do have an issue with the broadcast, best thing to do is pop out and pop back in again. If someone can let me know if you're able to hear, I would appreciate it. Could be that something happened to my audio. Sometimes it's just the internet or Mr. Zuckerberg's Facebook doing weird things. Phyllis says monorail is a favorite form of transportation for me as well. Cornelia said, can't wait for the Tron coaster. I am also looking forward to that. It's good to see the construction continues. Oh yeah, I gotta put my mask on here. Whoops, that's my hand. All right, the mask is on. Hopefully you can still hear okay. Okay, so looks like actually we can see the menu for the Brew Wing experience. Wings, garlic, parmesan, barbecue, teriyaki, traditional. Sounds good. And then the brew part of it with lots of different brews, including a pineapple blonde ale. Interesting. Hard cider. Ooh, and you get a beer flight, a cedar flight. Very interesting. All right, might have to check that out. Tammy can hear me. Tammy, thank you for that. Teresa said loud and clear. Very good. All right, welcome to the EPCOT experience. This sign is very cool, by the way. Colors and the design, the neon looks good. Denise is able to hear. Great, thank you. All right, let's head in. There are other people in here. I will be quiet. But there aren't. I have the EPCOT experience to myself. Let's take a couple minutes to watch. The Moana Journey of Water. Deb said her son tried the pineapple blonde ale. I wonder if it was good. It sounds good. It sounds refreshing. Journey of Water. Very much looking forward to seeing that here at EPCOT.
Ready to play? A fun
The Play Pavilion.
Where you can play with all your Disney friends.
Trying to learn the logos. That's the Play Pavilion logo right there. Mary said a good place to cool off, and that it is. That's fun. Oh, there's Carl Fredrickson. I just watched up. Hey, June, welcome. Tony said definitely a Disney experience like only Disney can do. I agree. Beautifully done. Just an amazing presentation. Ooh, and there's Edna Mode. Edna's getting a Fab 50 statue. That was another piece of news this week. Vicky said her daughter's clubbing the Pin of the Month Club. Vicky, thank you for that. Oh. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Greetings, Terrans. I am Corbin Ridley from the planet Xandar. On behalf of all Xandarians, may I say that we are extremely pleased and excited to be coming from our world to your Disney World. At our Xandar exhibition, which we understand will be the first other world showcase pavilion ever, we will present one. This is a critical moment. When Rocket unplugs you and starts things up. Now you know the secret of the universe. Don't panic, I got this. We look forward to meeting you.
Oh, I missed the secret of the universe. Jane says, does anyone know when the Space Restaurant, Space 220, and we do not have an opening date, but they have been hiring, so hopefully soon. Bernadette asks if the center is a holograph. This is all video in here. Okay, we'll watch one more segment. I could just sit in here for the next 20 minutes watching this, but we'll watch one more and then head out. Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to the updated film for China. Definitely is ready for an update. So much has changed in that country since that original film was created. Jeff received his first pin yesterday. Jeff, thank you for joining. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Feels like it's time for France. Other big news this week, so cast members will get a preview for Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and maybe other people too, we don't know. All right, we're going to march on. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me for the EPCOT experience. Karen said it was cool. I agree with you. I enjoy it. All right, let's head out. We'll see what's heading on or happening in World Showcase Lagoon, and then we'll make our way over. I missed the name. I'm sorry. Someone was also a Pin of the Month Club member, said her daughter was putting the pins on a board, which is a great way to display them. Lucille, welcome. Carol, Bob wants a pineapple beer. I don't know. That just sounds really interesting to me. Pineapple ale. I mean, what screams summer more than pineapple ale? Anne Marie, good morning. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Karen said, it's too kind to do all the lives. Karen, it really is my pleasure. It's something I very much enjoy sharing with everyone on Saturdays. I can take my mask off for a minute. And thank you all for joining. It's because you're here, as I like to say. It's because you are thumbs-upping me, liking, especially sharing to get the word out. But sometimes I get special opportunities with the nice folks at Disney Media Relations to bring you events that happen here, bring them to you first. And really, for me, it's a thrill. I just can't tell you how much I appreciate being able to do those things, how much I enjoy them. For a Disney fan, it's just an ultimate experience. And it's because you're here, because we're chatting, because you share that happens. So thank you. Ron's asking for iced coffee from Jeffries. We'll get that faxed right over to you, no problem.
Just like over here. Okay.
Kathy is in hot Las Vegas. Happy to share a little bit of hot Orlando. Okay, you can see the barges for Harmonious taking up their space in World Showcase Lagoon. Again, there was a new video by Disney posted this week. You can go over to worldofwalt.com and scroll through the news feed there, where Imagineers are talking about the design of the show. They've been working on the infrastructure for the show for a long time. Some testing has been happening, and the show is going to open up on October 1st. I cannot wait to see it. Karen shared. Karen, thank you so much for doing that. Jason needs a Dole Whip. Jason, I'm right there with you. Today is an excellent day for a Dole Whip. Good day to head over to the Polynesian Village Resort, where you don't have to go into the Magic Kingdom to get your Dole Whip. And actually, you can get it at Disney Springs, too. A few places popped up around where you can get your Dole Whip. Bernadette says, are all the boats open for transportation? I believe the answer is yes. I'm not aware of any boat transportation that is still down. So you can take the Friendship boats around World Showcase Lagoon to get from one side to the other. You can take the boats over to the boardwalk area. You can take the ferry boats from the Ticket and Transportation Center to the Magic Kingdom, from the Port Orleans kind of resorts over at Disney Springs. Hopefully I got that right. I'm pretty sure they're all up and rocking right now. Tony, welcome to the live broadcast. Tim says, favorite thing to do is to stroll around Epcot. It is a beautiful park to check out. Just everything, the architecture, the landscaping, the music, the food. It's a great place to explore. Paula says, thanks for the live Epcot view. Happy to do that. Another music change. This little spot here, interestingly, I think, if I remember right, was sort of roped off recently, and there were some temporary tents that were likely part of the testing process for Harmonious. Opened back up again. And as you can see from the posters around, the Epcot International Food and Wine Festival 2021 version is up and rolling. Good time to eat around the world. I hope to make it over here to do some of just that. Hey Rose, happy Saturday morning to you. Anne Marie says Epcot's her favorite park, and Mary Ann shared. Mary Ann, thank you so much for doing that. Truly appreciate everyone who shares. You can see over between France and the UK Pavilion, the Skyliner is doing its thing. You can also see the little peeking up of the new Swan Reserve Hotel. So you can see the original Swan Hotel with the huge swans on top. So sort of Eiffel Tower, then swans, and then the building peeking up over the trees there is the Swan Reserve, which is the brand new hotel. It's going to be opening in the next few months, been under construction for a while. It's always nice when new options show up. It's also an interesting one because if you've got your, I think it's Starwood points, you might want to consider those resorts. I always sort of forget what points go with what brand, but you get the idea. Deborah, hello to you. Susan says we're getting a nice view. I think that's what that comment was. Michelle says her daughter works there. That's cool. Patricia, hello. Welcome to the broadcast. Kevin, happy Saturday morning. Everybody, thank you for joining me. Again, Herb from World of Walt here at EPCOT, coming to you live from the Walt Disney World Resort in Central Florida. Had a chance to come in and check out Spaceship Earth. Saw a humongous line for Test Track. Took in a few minutes of the EPCOT experience and had a peek at the menu for the Brew Wing fast food, or quick service. We're now continuing our walk around. We're going to head over to the land, see if we can get on the ride there, and keep our fingers crossed that the broadcast holds up. Petunia says, Saturday mornings are a favorite. Thank you for being a part of this Saturday morning experience. Vera has joined. Hi, Vera. All right, another music change as we make our way towards Canada. We'll hang a right at the Starbucks. Actually, it's a little surprising to me that the Starbucks does not have a huge line. That is usually a given early in the morning in this corner of the park. Very interesting. Lynn, good morning to you. Says, can't wait to see what her Pin of the Month Club pin shipment is. It's fun for me to do some shopping and share some Disney fun with you. Thank you for being a part of it. It's a great way to support me and the site and all the information I try to share with you about what's happening in the world of Disney. Marcia says, hasn't been here in 5 years. So much has changed, especially over at Disney's Hollywood Studios in the past 5 years. Yeah, Disney is constantly reinventing, investing back into the park, simply billions and billions of dollars to make sure that everyone's got great things to experience. Susan said, wish I could get here. Hasn't been since 2003. Wow, a lot has changed in those 18 or so years. So I hope you get a chance to come back. But in the meantime, thanks for joining me on the live broadcasts. Typically every Saturday morning, typically at 10 o'clock, although when I come to EPCOT, I push that back to 10:30 because technically EPCOT doesn't open till 11 these days. Sherry says, do they still bring your purchases to your room? I think that is not happening right now. It's one of those the pandemic began, and that particular thing is not back to the best of my knowledge. I have not heard when that might happen again. I do think you can have your purchases shipped to the front of the park and you can pick them up. You might even be able to get them shipped back to your resort, but I'm not quite sure if they go back to your room. If anyone can confirm or deny that information, please feel free. Iona says, expecting pin next week. So when you do sign up for the Pin of the Month Club, for each shipment you get an email. It has a tracking number, so you can keep an eye on what the nice folks over at the U.S. Postal Service are doing. Laura's going to be here in September. I think that's what that message is. Dawn is watching. Hello to you. Hi, how are you? Oh, you want to say hi to everybody on the broadcast?
I love your stuff every Saturday morning.
Thank you. Thank you for doing it.
Been here
how many years in a row?
and
I
yeah,
said
we just
we've
keep
never
missing
bumped into him because we're always at a different park.
You caught me this time. Good deal. Where are you from?
Queens, New York.
Queens, New York. Good. How's your trip going?
Excellent.
Enjoying the heat?
Yes. Yeah. It's the same back there too.
Yeah, it's hot everywhere. Summer, right?
Very nice.
Good. Well, thank you for saying hi. I appreciate it.
So glad to meet you.
Have a good trip. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
That was fun. Always nice to say hi to folks. So you can see more of the blue trash cans here. Pam, welcome to the broadcast. Rick said, son says hello. Hello to Rick's son. Thank you for being on the broadcast. Nice to have you join. Carla, hello to you. John says I'm famous. I am not famous. Maybe micro famous. That is such a thing. Susan, hello to you. Eric from Detroit, Michigan. Marilyn has joined. Hello. Cindy says, on her way right now. Ron says, character meet and greet with Herb. Are you saying I'm a character? Some people might say that, actually. I actually knew someone who was, the way they phrase it, is a friend of Mickey Mouse, who helped to portray that character. Very, very fascinating job, interesting stories, and actually there's, as you can imagine, a lot of good and bad about a role like that. But a lot of good is just seeing people so happy and giving them hugs all day long. That sounds like kind of a good deal. All right, we are continuing our walk, and we are on the way to the land, where we will go on Living with the Land, and we will all keep our fingers crossed that the internet connection holds up okay. Dottie, hello to you. Karen said we need a t-shirt about I met Herb. Yeah, that's like 12 people total, I think, would have that t-shirt. But bit of a fun idea. Ash, hello to you. Patricia, welcome to the broadcast. Carol Ann says, nice people. Yes, indeed. I always appreciate when people take time out of their vacation to say hello to me. It's just kind of an honor for me that people would do that, and it's real. More monorail sightings at EPCOT. Love to see the monorail going by. Looks great. Steven's got April 2022 on his calendar. Mary says, it was nice to see some fans in person. Yes, it was. Good morning. Mary Louise says, keep your hands off the cucumbers. I promise I will not attempt to steal any fruits or vegetables from Living with the Land. Just not a good idea in so many ways. Vicky says, was at the boardwalk, took the Skyliner to the Riviera. Can't wait to stay there on DVC. The Skyliner, I think, has really been a game changer for how Disney has connected together some of the parks and the resorts. I am hopeful they're going to expand it, although, maybe a while before that happens. Oh, got to do the mask. And we're in. Patricia, hello to you. Welcome to the Land Pavilion here at EPCOT. You can see some people funneling in for Living with the Land. Don't really have people out eating yet. Not too many that I can see. Actually, not any that I can see from here. HR says, coming from California, do you have a park set up for next week? I don't know, actually. I'd have to check to see if I have my park pass reservations. Fortunately for pass holders like me, getting park pass reservations has become much easier. There was a time where weekends were very, very difficult. Now most days are pretty easy. So I'm not sure where I'm going to be, but I will typically do a post on Friday evenings letting everyone know what park I'm going to be in. Kathy says, cool once again. Yes, my phone says thank you. Last week, I think it was so hot that my phone was just getting ready to say, forget about it. I'm shutting down. Because doing a broadcast, I think, is a pretty taxing event for a phone. Just a lot of computing going on to make that happen. So actually, when I have the opportunity to step inside, I think my phone likes it. Karen says, special needs son loves Mickey at the Garden Grill. Garden Grill is a fun experience. It's fun because the restaurant rotates, you get to see different things, you get a great meal delivered to you, and characters come by. Hard to beat. Good morning. It looks like we're not going to have too much of a wait here at Living with the Land. Nick, welcome. Oh. Michelle says, how much are park passes if you live there? So it's a question that has many answers. Thank you. So Disney will often run promotions for Florida residents. They're usually limited in time. Normally it's a package, like you get 2, 3, 4 days for a special price. They could be as cheap as maybe $50, $60, $70 per day. Hello. Okay. Just kind of have to check the website, see what the latest is. Okay.
Number six.
6.
Parents, please supervise your children and refrain from flash photography or using video lines until we reach the house. Thank you. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy living.
Susan said they have good food here. Susan, I agree with you. Okay, so hopefully the internet connection is holding up. Again, my apologies if it doesn't. If things get knocked offline, best thing is to jump out and come back in again. And we'll hope for the best. Linda said, nice to visit on Saturdays. EPCOT is a favorite, and thanks for sharing. My pleasure to do it. Once we get in, I'll be quiet so you and everyone else around me can hear what's going on. Okay, we're in.
As you board the boat, please lower your head and watch your step. For your safety, remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times.
Marilyn said, almost walked on. That's true. Not much of a wait. Michelle hoping that annual passes come back soon. Me too. I think there's a good chance that's going to happen.
And enjoy living with the land.
Okay. Again, if the internet decides to conk out, just jump out and come back in again. And worst case, check out the broadcast, the rebroadcast on Facebook or YouTube. Here we go.
Welcome to a voyage of discovery and awareness, the richness, the diversity, the often surprising nature of living with the land. Our journey begins as dramatic and sudden changes are sweeping over the land. The approaching storm may seem violent and destructive to us, but to nature, it's a new beginning in the cycle of life. Beneath the surface of the land, roots trap water from the ground, extracting precious nutrients and minerals. These elements, when combined with sunlight, created the first living systems of our planet. One of those living systems is the rainforest, home to the most amazing concentration of life on our planet. These dense and beautiful forests cover only a tiny portion of the Earth's surface, but they contain more than half of its plant and animal species. Rainforests are also extremely rich and productive living systems, providing us with oxygen, food, medicines, and other elements essential to our lives. desert, nature has created a very different, but no less beautiful living system. And while this arid landscape may seem lifeless, it is very much alive. The plants and animals that have learned to survive in these harsh conditions make use of what little water they can find and avoid the scorching rays of the relentless sun. The American prairie once appeared as desolate as the desert, but over time, rainwater and nutrients gradually penetrated the hard surface of this land. Even the hooves of the mighty buffalo helped create the rich soil that would one day become home to the American fauna. Of all the forces at work on the land, humans have had one of the most profound effects. The need to produce food for a growing world led to the enormous use and sometimes overuse of the land. In our search for more efficient ways to grow food, we often fail to realize the impact of our methods. Today, we're learning to live with the land, discovering better ways to grow food that will assure both human and environmental well-being.
In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of chemicals. In arid regions, we're learning to produce food on desert seacoasts by developing and planting crops that thrive on salt water. In Japan, we're learning that by mixing leaves and other living materials into our soil, we can make farmland more fertile without the need for chemicals. Here at EPCOT, we're learning to reduce the need for chemical pesticides by breeding and using natural predators, like ladybugs and wasps, to control pests. In the farmlands across America, we're learning that by plowing under vegetation containing natural fertilizers, we can enrich the soil without the use of
How will we meet tomorrow's growing needs for food production, yet still respect the needs of the land? Some of the answers are being discovered just ahead. To help us maintain these carefully controlled ecosystems, and for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times. Welcome to our living laboratory, where scientists from EPCOT and the U.S. Department of Agriculture are exploring innovative ways to produce bountiful harvests now and into the future. The tropics are home to the greatest diversity of plants on the planet. Many of these, like papaya, bananas, cacao, coffee, and rice, are well known around the world. These are just a few of the edible plants that have been an important source of nutrition for people living in the tropics. Many are rich in vitamins and minerals, while others are well adapted to growing in less than ideal conditions. Some, like the water lily, thrive in wet, swampy areas and waterways. All parts of this plant, even the flower petals, are edible. The starchy root of the plant has long been used to make flour for baking. One day, many of these lesser-known tropical plants may be as important as the bananas growing on both sides of the boat. More than 28 million tons of bananas are eaten annually, making it the most popular fruit in the world. When we mention farming, you probably don't think of fish, but fish farming, or aquaculture, accounts for nearly half of all the seafood consumed globally. Tilapia, bass, and catfish, like the ones you see here, are three of the more popular crops raised by fish farmers. The sustainable system we're using here recycles the water in the tanks. As a result, we're able to save millions of gallons each year. Our small fish farm produces nearly 5,000 pounds of fish each year to serve in restaurants around Walt Disney World. Innovations like this one can play an important role in our efforts to produce bountiful harvests and still protect natural resources. While there are more than 50,000 edible plant species in the world, most of us are only familiar with the handful that make up our everyday diet. The common grains growing here, wheat, maize, sorghum, and millet, plus rice, account for nearly 2/3 of our global food consumption. Learning how to increase yields of these staples is an important goal of research around the world. These plants are definitely on their way up. Innovative growing techniques like these increase yield. Another innovation at work here is our integrated pest management program. By populating our greenhouses with beneficial insects that prey on harmful pests, like aphids and flies, we are significantly reducing our reliance on conventional pesticides. We're growing these crops using our nutrient film system. This technique precisely controls and recycles water and nutrients. With it, we can produce over 27,000 heads of lettuce a year in this one small area. Some of our best ideas have been inspired by nature, like these fruit and vegetable trees. By growing these ground plants vertically, we can increase yields and better control diseases. These crops taste as good as they look. In fact, we serve more than 15 tons of produce from our greenhouses in restaurants here at the land every year. The future of agriculture may include innovative ideas like this vertical growing system. Plants grown in this way use a fraction of the space required by traditional growing methods. That saves water and increases production. The aquaponics system on your left combines hydroponics with aquaculture. The fish provide a natural source of fertilizer for the plants, and the plants help keep the water clean for the fish. It's another great way to produce more while using less. In our lab, EPCOT scientists are working with the U.S. Department of Agriculture on a number of innovative projects. The goal of these efforts is to produce higher yielding and better quality plants. These greenhouses represent just a fraction of the work being done worldwide to produce bountiful harvests for our growing population. Scientists, farmers, and even backyard gardeners are doing their part to improve the quantity and quality of foods that we all rely upon. Together, we can continue to find more ways to increase food production and protect our precious natural environment. Only then will we truly be living with the land. On behalf of Walt Disney World, we hope you've enjoyed this unique journey through our living laboratory. If you'd like a closer look, then check out the behind-the-scenes walking tour. It's a chance for the whole family to get up close and personal with the plants and growing techniques in our laboratory. Please keep your hands and feet inside the boat and remain seated until the boat comes to a complete stop. Please gather all your personal belongings. Lower your head and watch your step as you exit.
All right, we made it. The internet held up for the most part, except for the last minute or two there, so that's pretty good news. Susan said, great show. Always very fun to go on. You're welcome. Living with the Land. Linda, hello to you. Irene says, thanks for the journey. Thank you for coming along. Bruce said, thank you. Keep the broadcast going. For another couple minutes as I walk out, we'll kind of check out what's happening with Spaceship Earth on the way. Garden Grill is straight ahead. Fun place to eat if you haven't been there. Great character interaction. Sandy said the broadcast was great. Sandy, thank you for that. Ted says, thanks for the video. Help us make Saturdays great. It's my pleasure to do it. As I like to say, thank you for being here. It's because you're here. It's because you watch, especially because you comment and share. I get the words out, and then I sometimes have the opportunity to do special media events with the nice folks at Disney Media Relations. And again, it's all because of you that's possible for me. So thank you very much. Tony says, can I point out the one difference in the mosaic? I'm actually not sure where it is. I have not gone through to find it. That is on my list of things I really should do one of these days, because I know there is a one tile difference, but where that tile is, I don't know. Susan said, love the tour today. Jeff says, excellent fresh food at the Garden Grill. Actually, you're right. The Garden Grill is a great place to eat. They've got good stuff there. And it's a fun restaurant. It rotates very, very slowly. and you get the opportunity to meet characters. Just a fun experience overall. I highly recommend it. Arlene is watching. Hello to you. Morgan's a fan of the Garden Grill. Karen said, I get a special media event soon. Yes, and I couldn't be more excited, and I say that with all honesty in my heart. So coming up last couple of days of September and October 1st, I think it's the 28th and 29th. I forget how many days are in September, but the last couple of days of September plus October 1st is a media event for the 50th anniversary at the Walt Disney World Resort. So many things are happening on October 1st. Just a huge list. Harmonious debuts, new Disney Enchantment, Nighttime Spectacular at the Magic Kingdom, Cavalcades at the Magic Kingdom, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure here at EPCOT. All of the Fab 50 statues will be out. Just so much happening for the 50th anniversary celebration. Can't wait to be a part of it, and especially I can't wait to share it with you. So thank you for that. I was talking before about the trash cans, so you can see that the color here matches up with the new colors of the lands in what was formerly known as Future World, soon going to be World Celebration, World Nature, World Discovery. So we saw over at the entrance area the red trash cans that matched up with World Discovery for Mission Space. You can see the blue color is going to match up with World Celebration, the center. So very fun. Vincent said, it is time for a shameless plug for the Pin of the Month Club. Vincent, today you win the award for prompting it, and that award is my appreciation. So here we go. You know the words. Say it along with me. If you'd like to get a little bit of Disney fun delivered to your home every month, check out pinofthemonthclub.com. All right, heading up to the Seas with Nemo and Friends. Doesn't look like the line's too bad from way back here. Looks like people are strolling right in. Susan says October 1st is a big day. That it is. Before I got the media event invite, I purchased a one-day ticket because there were no more passes for pass holders like me. So with a one-day ticket, I was able to get a reservation. I knew if it was at all in my power, I needed to be here on October 1st. So, and I'm glad that I'm going to have that opportunity. Debbie's watching. Hi, Debbie. Cindy says, where will I live stream on October 1st? That is an excellent question. I do not yet know the answer. So far, I've just got to hold the date invitation. We actually need to get the registration process, which is typically how it works. And then we get an agenda shortly before. So I think it's going to be 2 or 3 days jam-packed of seeing all the things that are debuting around the parks. I don't know what's going to happen when, but I anticipate that on those 2 or 3 days, I will be doing lots of articles, lots of posts. Sometimes the nice folks at Disney Media Relations have embargoes where you can't let certain information out until a certain time, and of course I will abide by their requirements. But as soon as I can share information with you around October 1st and the 50th anniversary, I will do so. And as I've said before, it is just a thrill for me to be able to do that. Ted is doing the mine of the seagulls back at the Seas. Very fun. It's actually fun just to hang out in front of the sign there for a few minutes and hear people do that. It's a lot of fun. Yvonne said got her first pin. Was that what the message said? It kind of flipped by too fast for me. And loved it. Thank you for that. Kathy, hello to you. Welcome to EPCOT. All right, we're going to walk up here towards the entrance before we wrap it up so you can get a nice view of Spaceship Earth on the way out. Ron is an EPCOT fan. Me too. Ron says, watching the people that walk by cracks him up. A lot of folks here at EPCOT. A lot of folks all around Walt Disney World. Don said, so glad to have the opportunity. Looks forward to the videos. Thank you for that. Someone was asking before if this video gets posted over to Facebook. It does. So this will get posted back to YouTube. It'll get posted to both Facebook and YouTube. The Facebook post typically happens right away, and then a high-definition version gets processed and is available shortly thereafter, normally within a few hours. The YouTube piece, I have to actually go home and do that, which I will do. So you will be able to see this same video on YouTube as well. If you haven't done so, you might want to go to YouTube, do a search for World of Walt, and follow or subscribe. Sometimes I do post exclusive videos there, But as of now, I am doing the live broadcast just on Facebook, and it is my pleasure to do it. Sandy's going to be an October 1st EPCOT person. That is awesome. I think you will have a great day. It is going to be an exciting day here all around Walt Disney World with so many things going on. Just a truly special day, the 50th anniversary of the resort. Marcia said, where are the name tablets now? So they were removed from the entrance area, the Viva Legacy tablets, and now they're outside, kind of between the entrance turnstiles and where the parking lot begins. John says, thanks for a great walkabout. Off to errands in the Arkansas humidity. Hope you have a good day. I've got some errands on my list as well. But once again, thank you so much for joining me here live from EPCOT at Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida. It was a pleasure to be able to spend some time with you on a Saturday morning. We did a little stroll through World Celebration, stopped in at the EPCOT experience, made our way over to see the barges, the Harmonious barges, in World Showcase Lagoon, and made our way to Living with the Land with only 1 or 2 hiccups on the internet, which is pretty good. So thank you as always. I truly appreciate your being here. It means the world to me. Your comments, your likes, your thumbs up, especially the shares. Great way to get the word out. And just in time, the monorail is going by. Great to see it operating again. Okay, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Thank you again so much for joining me. And until next time, God bless you.
Thanks for visiting us today. For the safety and health of everyone, masks fully covering your mouth and nose are required when indoors and at attractions. Wash your hands often and cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Thank you for your cooperation.